Welcome and take a deep breath. Today, we are not rushing anywhere. Today, we are entering a small place, a simple place, a place full of stories, laughter, and human connection. Welcome to the barber shop. A small barber shop on a quiet street. On a quiet street near a busy market, there was a small barber shop. The shop was old, not modern, not fancy, but it was alive. The paint on the walls was faded, the mirror had small cracks, the chair made a soft sound every time someone sat down. Creak. Inside the shop, there was always a smell of hair oil, soap, and sometimes tea. This barber shop was not just a place for haircuts, it was a place for stories. Meeting the barber. The barber's name was Rahim. Rahim was not very tall, not very short. He always wore a white apron and simple sandals. He had a calm face and a sharp sense of humor. Rahim talked while cutting hair, and sometimes he talked too much. People didn't mind, because Rahim's words were as sharp as his scissors. The morning routine. Every morning, Rahim opened the shop slowly. He cleaned the chair, wiped the mirror, and arranged his tools carefully. Scissors, comb, razor. Everything had its place. Then he sat down, made a cup of tea, and waited. He didn't rush customers. He believed customers would come when they were ready. The first customer. Around 10 in the morning, the first customer arrived. It was Kamal Uncle. Kamal Uncle came every week, even when his hair didn't grow much. He sat on the chair and smiled. Rahim asked calmly, "Same style?" Kamal Uncle nodded. "Yes, same style. Make me look young." Rahim looked at his head and said, "I can cut your hair, but youth is not included." Kamal Uncle laughed loudly. The shop fills with voices. Slowly, more people came. A student, a shopkeeper, a bus driver. The shop became noisy. Someone talked about politics, someone talked about prices, someone complained about life. Rahim listened, cut hair, and added jokes. Sometimes he added extra jokes, sometimes too many jokes. The mirror moments. People looked at themselves in the mirror. Some smiled, some looked serious. One young man stared at his reflection and said, "Brother, why do I look older every day?" Rahim replied slowly, "Because mirror never lies, but camera sometimes does." The shop filled with laughter. A confused customer. One day, a new customer entered. He looked nervous and confused. He sat down and said, "Brother, I want a modern haircut, but not too modern." Rahim paused, looked at him through the mirror, and asked, "So you want change, but no change?" The customer smiled shyly. The power of listening. Rahim was not just a barber. He was a listener. People talked about their problems, their dreams, their worries. Rahim didn't interrupt. He cut hair and listened. Sometimes he said nothing. Sometimes he said one sentence that stayed in people's minds. This shop was free therapy, no appointment needed. The child customer. One afternoon, a small boy came with his mother. The boy was scared. He looked at the scissors and held the chair tightly. Rahim bent down, smiled, and said softly, "Don't worry, I'm not cutting your ears today. The boy laughed and relaxed. The old radio. In the corner of the shop, there was an old radio. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. When it worked, old songs played softly. When it didn't, Rahim sang himself. Not very well. Customers clapped or covered their ears. Both happened. The Friday crowd. Friday was special. The shop was full. People waited, talked, argued, laughed. One man complained, "Brother, you are too slow." Rahim replied calmly, "Yes, but my work lasts longer than your patience." No one argued after that. The silent customer. One day, a man came, sat down, and said nothing. Rahim started cutting. Minutes passed. Silence filled the room. Finally, Rahim said softly, "You don't have to talk, but silence also tells a story." The man nodded. Sometimes, no words were needed. The end of the day. As evening came, the shop became quiet again. Rahim swept the floor, collected hair, and cleaned the chair. The mirror reflected tiredness, but also satisfaction. Rahim closed the shop slowly. He smiled. Another day, another set of stories. What the barber shop teaches us. This barber shop was small, but it taught big lessons. That people need to talk, to laugh, to be heard. And sometimes, they just need a haircut and a joke. Thank you for sitting quietly in this barber shop, for listening, for smiling, for laughing. Remember, life is not always serious. Sometimes it is just a chair, a mirror, and a good laugh. Until next time, take care, keep smiling, and goodbye.